Hi everyone, welcome to our virtual Meet the Teacher session. So in Year 6, our adults are Miss White in 6W and myself, Miss Garraway in 6G. Our teaching assistants that will be shared between us are Mrs. Boys and Mrs. Tyagi. One of the most important pieces of information for you to know is when our PE days are. So Year 6 have PPA on a Tuesday. Every single Tuesday, the whole afternoon will be sport. So they need to come in their PE kits, as they have been doing, suitably dressed, especially as it gets colder, potentially wetter. They need to be dressed for the weather every Tuesday. And medication. Any children who have got medication inhalers that's not in school, please make sure you get them to us as soon as possible.
Okay, general information. So please remember that children come into school from 8:45 until 9. So they have to be in the classroom by 9 o'clock for the register. The end day is slightly different because children will be released between 3:20 and 3:30. School lunches are available and can be booked in the normal way that you usually would. And Wheatfield Plus is running in 3 separate bubbles and that can be booked in the normal way too.
Okay, a little bit on maths in Year 6. Okay, so children will answer questions and learn their maths through the following objectives: place value, addition and subtraction, multiplication and division, algebra, fractions, decimals, percentages, ratio, measure, geometry, shape and statistics. That will be the same as every other year, but we'll be going in a bit deeper. A bit of the ratio and definitely the algebra are new for Year 6.
We also will be touching on mastery and problem solving in lessons. So children then move on to apply their knowledge of the skills that we've taught them in a variety of questions and problem solving. An example on the board is missing number problems to really test their application of skills.
Okay, there's some word problems as well, just to show you some examples of the other ways that they apply their.
Maths Planets will take place every Friday like usual, and the children will continue from where they finished in Year 5. So if they were still in Year 4 level at the end of Year 5 before lockdown, they will continue from that point. We've got overviews available on the web page because children won't be bringing their sheets home like usual. So please refer to the overview to practice and try to practice maths facts 3 times a week to keep them going.
Okay, other things that you could do to help. So as well as finding things on the web page, there's a few practical things that you could do. Anything with money is really helpful. A lot of children find money problems really difficult, and real life applications are a really good way to practice that. Making sure your child can read both digital and analog clocks, and really, really important, times tables. Practice those times tables constantly because they are going to be really helpful for every other area of maths.
So English in Year 6. So reading. So in Year 6, children are no longer set reading books or certain chapters or pages to read. They can either read and bring in a book from home or choose one from school to take home or keep in school. And they can change the book whenever they finish, not on a set day. Please ensure that if a book is from home, that it's appropriate to your child's reading ability. And we've got a list of Year 6 recommended reads available on our web page.
Okay, so the reading challenge is carrying on this year as before. So we will check the reading records every Friday. Children need to write in them, record their reading and get them signed by somebody at home each week. Then we will check off their number of reads each Friday. Once they've reached 50 reads, they get to go to Mr. Winterburn and pick a book as a prize. So make sure they are recording all of their reads and bringing that reading record on a Friday.
Children will have 4 whole class reading sessions each week. And in those sessions, we'll focus on answering and responding to different comprehension questions on a range of things like vocabulary and inference, prediction, explaining, retrieving information and summarising what a text is about. And we'll also link and look at these during English sessions with our English book.
Okay, so children will write across a range of genres. So across the whole year, they might write stories, instructions, recounts, some poetry, information text or letters.
Some of the grammar objectives are being able to use the full range of punctuation correctly, using verb tenses consistently and correctly throughout the whole piece of writing, understanding and using a range of sentence structures, integrating speech, and using appropriate register, so using contractive words, modal verbs, passive verbs, etc.
Okay, spelling. So it is really important that the children can accurately spell words from the Year 3-4 list and the Year 5-6 list. You'll be able to find those on the website, and some of those words will be coming into our spelling lists. You will also be able to practice those on Spelling Shed. And by the end of Year 6, children should be able to go through their own writing, identify incorrect spellings, and be able to go back and correct that mistake.
Weekly spelling tests. So a termly list went out with the children at the end of last week, stuck into their homework books. They'll be tested on one list per week on a Friday. They'll be tested on the spellings and the meanings. We'll remind the children which test it is that they're going to have the next week, so they know which ones to practice. They're going to be written in their blue spelling book, so please make sure that they bring them in. And the termly list is on the website if it gets lost.
Okay, Spelling Shed and Maths Shed. So another way to practice both the maths facts and the spellings at home. Your child should have a username from Year 5 and their password, which will give them access online to Spelling Shed and Maths Shed. It gives them the opportunity to practice some of the basic skills through some games and things like that, which is a really good way to support their learning from home.
We will be focusing a lot on vocabulary this year, so it's important that children understand the words that they're reading when they're reading at home. Please test your children on their knowledge of the meaning of their spellings, as well as how well they can spell them. And when you're reading with children, please check they understand the meaning of words they're finding tricky to read or pronounce in their book.
Okay, wider curriculum. The wider curriculum is really important. We've had a big focus on them, and we have got some new logos for each curriculum subject and different exercise books that the children will write in for different subjects. So there's some of our examples of the different logos, and you will see these on the website.
Each subject also has a knowledge organiser that has been given to the children to put in their books. This term we're focusing on World War II in our history lessons, so this is just an example of what the children will be given to help them organise their knowledge.
Okay, so where to find information moving on from this presentation. You'll be receiving a newsletter which will detail the objectives of all of the subjects that we're going to be covering in the autumn term. So that will help you to understand what we're learning and give you an overview. You can also check the class page on the school website. You'll find some useful documents there. You can also check the website for links to the curriculum objectives. And if you have any questions moving forward, please come and speak to us as your child's class teacher. Either catch us at the end of the day and speak to us then, or arrange a meeting, or we know that a lot of the children walk home on their own, and so we don't see many of you at the end of the day. Our emails are still on the webpage from lockdown. Please use those to get in touch and arrange a face-to-face meeting. We'll be more than happy to schedule that for you. We look forward to meeting you all in person, hopefully sometime soon. Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Bye.